Halloween episode. That's for the promo. I am actively trying to make sure my punani isn't out. You seem to not care. What's your favorite part about Halloween? You know what it is? I'm going to answer it.
If I'm going backwards down the stairs, it better be of a good reason.
Why would that be a sex thing?
Whatever. Let me
live. This is our straight editor, Mario, who has to listen to us talking about getting railed every episode. Girl, the grudge.
Coming down the stairs.
Oh! He's starting to look a little tugged.
Yeah. Not tugged, girl. The gay fat man that's being bullied by his daughter.
That's just another Tuesday.
Yeah. Why do I taste blood?
Open your mouth. Just... Sit like a lady, would you?
I'm trying.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Ooh, happy Halloweener.
Happy Halloweener. What a day. Girl. This took a lot.
We started at 11.
This headpiece is killing me. The contacts are killing me. So I wanted to give you guys the zhuzh just for a second. And now I'm going to go take my contacts out. What are we doing today?
We're going to talk about some horror movie makeup. And
iconic horror movie or just movies you watch around Halloween makeup.
I love that you haven't seen these.
I haven't. Kevin picked all these, so it's going to be a surprise.
I was like gooning because I was like, I need to because I love horror movies and I love Halloween. But I needed to pick some iconic looks from movies that you typically you just watch around Halloween. Some of them are just feel good movies you watch around Halloween.
Yes.
So
oh my God, I can only imagine what you picked, you shady bastard. These are probably going to be some of the most unhinged looks, but I also some of the really iconic ones. I'm so excited to just look at.
You know they're in here.
Oh,
so it's
of course.
And there's a few other iconic looks, but we'll get to those.
Oh my God. So I am obviously Angelina Jolie as Maleficent
and I'm Kesha.
Kesha. You are Lady Gaga in this meat dress,
yes,
girl.
The 2010 VMAs.
You are a prosciutto fountain.
Girl, give me some cantaloupe so I can wrap this around it. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to wrap my cantaloupe with my prosciutto.
I love Halloween.
Girl, this is what I live for.
Oh, I know. We filmed a getting ready video on my beauty channel of us doing this, and we were joking around. I'm like, it's so fun to feel like you can just pile it on.
Oh.
You know?
I'm wearing so much concealer,
Girl,
I could scrape this off later.
I know. I have about 15 layers of powder on my face.
Oh my God, and that contour. Makeup can really change a face.
It can really change a face.
I love it.
That's the power of makeup.
Wow. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
All right, so before we get into this, do you want to go take those contacts out, girl?
Girl, I need to take these contacts out, and I just want to leave you with one more thing.
Uh-huh.
You want me to suck your cock? That is my favorite quote to say to you, and I think it's from The Exorcism or whatever. Maybe
is
not.
It?
I don't even know, but I know there's a horror movie where some possessed girl.
No, the possessed girl. She was like, "Your mother sucks cocks in hell."
Yeah, something to a priest, and she's like, "Yeah, you want me to suck your big boy?"
Yeah, yeah.
And I love saying that to you on a Tuesday as we're walking to Starbucks.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
All right, well, I'm gonna go take my contacts out, and we're gonna be right back reviewing some of the most iconic looks from Halloween or Halloween adjacent movies.
Woo!
Commercial break.
Welcome to the Disney Channel.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse. Oh, don't demonetize us. Welcome back. I needed to get wine. I never needed it more. This is a vibe with this, right?
I know.
Yeah.
We're backstage at the VMAs. 2010. Angelina Jolie and Gaga.
Absolutely. This costume has literally a slit down the center. So I am actively trying to make sure my punani isn't out. You seem to not care.
Well, I'm showing all the meats. Yeah. So the meats are out.
Yeah. Where's the beef?
Where's the beef? Yeah, right here, girl.
And I also, normally I'm a white wine person or a rosé person, but
I love red.
You do love red. It gives me heartburn. Maybe it's a in my 30s thing. Aww. Anyway. So I have red because this lipstick keeps getting on my teeth. So I figure if I just dye my teeth red.
Blend it all together.
No one will notice. No. Yeah. Oh my God. All right, we're going to dive in.
Yeah, so we're going to dive right into these movie
now that I can
looks.
see.
Now that you
those
can
are
see.
non-prescriptive contacts.
How you doing? Take a sip of that wine
Not
first.
well.
Okay, well, take a sip of that wine. I want you to feel good.
Yeah. I fixed my headpiece, so it's not killing me anymore.
How's your head?
A lot of teeth. Oh my God. All right. Are we ready to dive into these looks?
Do it. All right. So first up, we have...
Oh my God. Of course.
Freddie Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, played by Robert Englund. My God.
You know that.
Yeah.
But you didn't know you had a release radar on Spotify.
No.
No. He just learned that the other day.
No. It was so cool.
I know.
Wait, new release Friday too? What is that called?
New Music Friday.
Yeah, that thing. Whatever.
He didn't know that was a thing on Spotify.
I didn't know. And I love it. I've had Spotify forever and I
know. That makes no sense. That's like saying you didn't know Sephora sold foundation. That's like the whole point of...
What?
Yeah, that's the whole point of Spotify is like the curated new playlist and everything. Anyway,
yeah.
Who's this? Jonathan England?
Yeah. Robert Englund.
Robert Englund. This makeup, to be honest with you, I love that you picked this because I know I've seen this movie, but I feel like it scarred me, so I probably didn't revisit it.
Yeah.
But I almost don't even think of this as makeup because
it's like a mask.
Girl, it looks like his
skin.
Like it's that good.
Yeah, like the inside the ear and everything. So what I love about this too, I was watching like
got a bad case of cauliflower ear.
Yeah. Oh God, girl.
Yeah.
I know something good for those uneven texture. You need lactic acid.
A little niacinamide.
Oh God, niacinamide.
Elf putty primer with niacinamide.
Yeah. Liquid poreless putty primer.
Absolutely.
So what's really cool about this look too is that every single day they were on set, he took 3 hours every time to get into this makeup. 3 hours to just do, because it goes up to like his shoulders.
I was going to say, to be honest with you, that feels short. I thought you were going to say longer.
No, 3 hours.
Which 3 hours
to do
is
this
still
look.
painful, but yeah.
And it was like gruesome. And that's absolutely incredible and so admirable too, that he sat there for 3 hours every time. And it was every day
I know
that he had to get into this look and would take it all off. And the takeoff process was like layers of prosthetics and other makeup and everything. But how they shaded and did everything and went over to make this look like textured skin.
And it looks
burned.
like it's actively melting.
Yes.
You know what I love about it? There's mobility to it.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean by that?
It's not the monster from the Black Lagoon where it's a fish face.
Absolutely.
Where it's like the mouth doesn't hardly move and it looks like prosthetic.
Exactly. On top of the act, he can actually move in this and he can talk in the whole 9 yards. But it actually, even in a still photo, the way this is so breathtakingly done, it looks like it's actively dripping.
Yeah.
It looks like it's in motion, if that makes sense.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Which
completely.
is such a triumph.
And it looks like the skin is wet as if the skin was actually peeling off.
100%.
So that is like, it's so amazing. And then we had this other photo here of him getting the makeup done and sitting in the makeup chair. So this goes down to about his chest to his shoulders and it's a 360 makeup. So like even the back of his head, the whole head is a bald cap and they made it look like a burn. And you could see them here on the left, it's the white prosthetic.
Yeah.
And then they're coloring it in and filling it in to make it look like his bleeding skin underneath. I mean, it is the makeup artist on set. I forget his name. The key makeup artist was so incredibly talented. And this is so involved. And then I had the side-by-side of him. So I love seeing the side-by-side of the makeup. The transformation is just absolutely amazing. And he played this character so well.
Yeah.
When it got redone, I was like, you can't do this. Like with an iconic character like this, I feel like it couldn't be done. And he really is just iconic.
Yeah.
And they asked him if he would reprise the role. And he was like, no. Like, I'm 70 years old. I'm letting that character
let the man rest. Yeah.
He's like, I did everything I could. You know?
Wow. I have to watch this original one because I feel like I probably have seen it, but I can't really recall it.
Yeah, the original one was, I mean, just terrifying.
I'm sure. And you know what? The thing about the Freddy movies was that it was like the scariest horror movies to me are the ones that feel like they could happen. And I know there's a supernatural element to this where it's like in the dreams, but especially to a kid, I think that's why I never watched this was because your nightmares are petrifying when you're a kid.
There was the nursery rhyme in it. It was like 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again. Girl. And it was little kids singing it as they were jumping rope in slow motion. When I tell you the first time I ever saw this, I was terrified hearing that. Yeah. And it was the little kids singing it. I was like, oh, this movie knew.
Oh, yes.
They knew what they were doing. It's taking that like of the children in the movie and like he was like killing kids and teenagers, it was like, oh my God, I didn't want to sleep after. I was like, oh my God. And then when you have a nightmare about it, it's like, did that really happen? Was I next?
Yes.
It's like, oh God, it's like, it messes with your head. If you have a nightmare about them, it's like, oh my God.
because that's the whole point.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That when you dream about them, it's happening in like real time.
Jeez.
Horrible. But the makeup,
exquisite.
So next up, I have the makeup. I forget the actress's name. Forgive me. This is from The Nun, from the Conjuring universe.
Wow.
So this is not a read. This is not a read. This is not a read.
I know exactly what you're going to say, and I was going to say the same thing.
Oh, okay. Then you say
But I'm a better person, and I wasn't going to. Oh. Yeah, no. I thought the nose was a prosthetic.
They didn't have to put prosthetics.
Absolutely.
Casting her to be like, hey, how y'all doing? The fact that they didn't have to change her bone structure or do any prosthetics.
I almost feel like that's more horrifying because she looks like a regular person. So having this makeup on a regular person opposed to it being overly prosthesis. I don't know. That's extra like jarring because it's like a real person. I love the way they did this, the controlled chaos of the patchy white skin, broken up, the lips. Whoever made that choice, give them a raise because that is it. Like it's giving that vibe, like of like. Is it? Yeah.
Seems familiar.
Yeah. And the veins running through
it's almost face. As if it were a stone sculpture.
Absolutely.
And I think the contacts being yellow.
Yes.
But not Halloween, spooky,
yeah.
Party City.
Girl.
The contacts are moving.
Shifting.
Oh, yeah. Because that was in the Exorcist movie. You saw in the new one. I saw those contacts moving. Yeah. She was looking left to right and the contacts weren't catching up.
They were following. They were on a
right
delay.
Behind. They said, I'm coming.
They were on Pacific time.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mary. Yes, they were. Did you see this movie?
This one?
Yeah.
What is this?
The Nun.
No.
Oh, Mary Dugan.
You're a sick with the Halloween, with the scary movies.
Scary movies.
Some of them are, you describe them to me and I'm like chilled. Yeah.
Oh, I saw The Nun too, but like so many people read it down. I was looking at her, the makeup on her was just killer. I mean, no pun intended.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that stone face and taking a religious figure, if you will, and making it so evil.
Demonic is extra scary.
It's chilling to see because in the one scene in The Conjuring where they introduce this, the girl was like, who's that? And like points at the end of the hallway and it's just the nun standing there looking at them and just slowly walks away.
Oh,
when I took chills up my spine and I was like, whoever played this character, you chilled me for life.
So is The Nun a spinoff of The Conjuring?
Yeah. So they introduced it as one of the demons and then they did a whole thing, a whole separate franchise on The Nun.
Wow.
And it was, I mean, we got to watch it.
You have so many movies you want to scar me with.
I need to show you so much, like, talk to me.
Oh, girl.
I told you about that.
I know.
That had me.
If you're scared by it, I'm going to
I was walking out of the theater tense.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, next up, we have Tim Curry as Pennywise. Oh. So this is the original Pennywise.
My staff almost fell over.
Oh my God.
Magical shoot out of it. Yeah.
So this is Pennywise.
Yes.
The original Pennywise from
Iconic.
the TV movie series. And the reason why I picked this is I do feel like even though it's just clown makeup, it's more so the getting Tim Curry into this where I
never knew that was him. I now know, but I mean, like when I watched this movie, I never would have believed it. Yeah.
Even though this makeup is quote unquote simple.
Yes.
I think there's something so chilling about this in general being so average clown.
Yes.
But then it turns into this sinister child eating clown that I'm like, oh my God, this movie scarred me as a kid.
Oh God, yes.
In the many forms that it like takes on your, like it takes your fear on and like goes to that form.
Yes.
That freaked me out. And then going back to the clown and like laughing at you.
I know.
You're like, haha.
Yeah. Because
I'm like, oh.
There's also something very unsettling about Tim Curry alone.
Yes.
So this,
even in Home Alone, when he played the desk clerk and he had that weird like sinister smile, I was like, that scared me.
Anything he is in, he has that, he can pull that very weird vibe very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Everything he's in.
I totally agree with you. But especially for the time, there was something so classic clown about this makeup that was the just epitome of everyone's fears of like the old school clown. And believe it or not, like even if you were to think of any other, let's say 2020s amazing clown makeup, when I think of a scary clown, this is the kind of vision that pops in my head before something super intricate. So I think it was almost the fact that this is something anyone could dream up or imagine who's not super creative like Freddie Krueger coming up with that level. This is what you would see. So I think that probably added a level of like, oh my God. Because this looks like a porcelain clown, like those porcelain clown dolls.
Oh. My gosh. With the uneven eyebrows, too.
Oh, girl. Yes, with those Lady Gaga eyebrows. Yeah. Sorry.
My what?
I just heard.
My eyebrows are uneven? Well, anyway.
Yeah. Next picture?
Okay, so next up, we have the
iconic. Don't even, girl. This is, I'm sorry, and anybody who's going to come for Hocus Pocus right now, I will not tolerate it because I'm sorry, this is the most iconic Halloween movie. Bette Midler eats and leaves no crumbs in this.
Yes.
I know every line of this. Casey and I we just watched this for the first time the other day. The
first time this season.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I've seen this movie 50 times.
Yes.
Well, and I was going to say, I know every word to this. Like everything Bette Midler says in this
37 minutes in, what do they say?
Sisters, did you hear what he called you? It's the way she talks and everything about it. It is so, and the music number is so seamlessly blended in of them putting a curse on like this. I thought the story was brilliant to like curse the parents so they can't leave the house. It was just, the original was such an amazing balance of camp and Halloween. Like it wasn't too much.
So I will say Bette Midler's makeup is probably my favorite, even though it's like it looks like they took a cream blush and just
which
right
I
on
will
the cheek.
say this might just be
for the photo. Because I don't remember her blush being that in the movie.
For like the VHS cover. But in the movie it wasn't
quite literally.
That. Yeah,
no,
it wasn't. Yeah.
And I would even say SJP, her eyebrows were not this groomed or light.
No.
In the movie.
Especially the sequel. The sequel, they used a Bic Sharpie. It was rough.
Girl.
The sequel was
rough.
But
I will say even like, so Kathy Najimy and then Sarah Jessica Parker, their makeup is very simple.
Yes.
Where I feel like we went iconic with Bette Midler's makeup, which I'm almost happy that they all don't have this, so it doesn't feel too like, like.
Yes. And we also have to give a shout out to the hairstyling because whoever came up with the concept of, oh God, the redhead, the blonde, the black hair, purple, green, red. Like just because it was so...
Because you can almost, if there was no face to it and you just saw, like, you know with those things where you see like the artist, like the cartoon images of just hair and then like the color?
Absolutely.
It's like, oh, iconic.
That
I know
color
who
combination,
this is.
exactly.
Like I know who this
iconic.
is. Like Powerpuff Girls is like red, blue, green. Like you just it's that association of color where I love that it's a perfect balance between the three of them.
Yes.
But I will say Bette Midler's makeup in this was so iconic with the little lips.
The little
lip
lips
shapes.
and the buck teeth.
And you did this look.
I did do this look.
You did was that last year or 2 years ago?
That was last year.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Oh my God. And styled the wig. Yeah, I did like a glam version of Winifred, but that's what I mean. I love this movie so much. My other favorite part is when they lock them in the oven or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the kiln.
And then they come out the kiln and the door hits and she just is sauntering out with her arms like this. And she's like, with the dust on her. And she's like, I want my book, because they're playing the French tape over and over again. Like there's just so many little things about this that it's laugh out loud funny to me. It's so good.
And I'm scared for the third one to come out because I'm like, girl,
the second was so...
It was a
disappointment.
It was such a disappointment. Oh, one other thing that never made it in here. I forgot to put Rocky Horror in here, which was like iconic makeup as well.
Yes,
Tim Curry.
Okay. But I think that it is more iconic than
Tim Curry's. I mean, my God. I mean, that's great, but like,
yeah.
Whew. All right. So next up, we have Heath Ledger.
Rest in peace.
The Joker. This
was brilliant.
And there was multiple times in this movie he had this makeup on. There was something about this scene in particular.
Okay.
That it was very worn. Yeah. And that the makeup was very worn.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Purposefully done.
Girl.
And the way that the black almost snatches his eyes in triangular in this scene.
It lifts up. Like it makes it menacing.
Because the way he's looking is more, in other scenes, it's more circular.
And it's sad yet horrifying.
For this role, it was talked about how he went to great lengths to get into character, which he went to a very dark place, which is horrible. And we lost him at such a young age too, basically losing his mind for this character.
Absolutely. Did you ever know before this, when he started doing this part, Jack Nicholson called him because he did it. He played the Joker before. Yeah. Jack Nicholson called him and said to him, be careful. Because obviously Jack Nicholson is also a very, gets
into it.
And
look at The Shining.
Exactly. And I think maybe he learned from The Shining where, what the Joker was on paper, like if he was going to dive that deeply, he basically told Heath Ledger, like, I chose to play it lighter because I knew I couldn't handle the route he took. Because Heath Ledger literally took the role of not a caricature of the Joker, but what would the Joker be if he was a real person? What trauma did he go through and what would he be like? And that's what he did.
I feel like it all translates so well throughout the whole movie. And
you're so right about the
waves of like makeup in this movie, how it's always, but in this particular scene where
what
it's like.
What a good pick. Yeah, good for you. I just want to like punch you in the face.
Thank you so much.
Because what a
There's so much emotion behind it.
Absolutely, because I wouldn't even associate this as a Halloween movie, but you're totally right. Yeah. This is something, a brilliant move to do something that looks like he has slept in this for 6 months.
Yeah.
To make it look that way.
Beaten multiple times to the ground and, has been thrown around in jail and in like whatever in this movie. And then we come here being confronted and still to the level of like, if you're booked in a prison cell, they're making you take the makeup off.
Yes.
And, it's the fact that it's always on and he's sitting in the jail cell and then he starts clapping at one point.
Oh,
because he's like, oh, good job, you got me. But then he always finds a way out. And again, going back to this particular moment of it looking worn, it's like the character's worn. Heath Ledger was probably worn out too. So it's like, it's all,
I can't even
there's
imagine.
so many layers to this makeup that like every time I see this movie, this is by far the most iconic Joker performance. And I will say that hands down.
Absolutely.
This is by far the most iconic to me because when I think of the Joker, I do think of him now. Seeing this and just going to that place is just
absolutely
no one else has come close to this, in my opinion.
And it's almost hard to watch movies like this in the sense that, like, as you're watching the performance, you're like, oh my God, like, and you're moved by it, and you're like, this is so good. But knowing what it cost adds such almost a layer to the performance that's just insane.
Give it up. This is absolutely amazing, and rest in peace. Great performance. And whoever did the makeup for this scene and like really chose these angles.
Yes.
Kudos to you.
Yes.
And almost like the tear falling down, like you could tell it's like the tears.
Like mascara running.
Yeah. So another one of the looks that you have done.
Yes. That's what I bought these contacts for.
Oh my God.
That's what they were for.
That's right.
Yes. Oh my God, that's so funny.
So this is Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. And
amazing.
This makeup, really, I loved the color choices and the color blocking, I'm going to call it, with like the green, yellow eyes.
Yes.
Yellow lashes underneath, very messy. The almost pink
dark circles
yes, underneath, and then like the orange hair and the white skin, and then the pink lip that matches the under eye. Again, that crazed look in his eyes.
Oh, and doing this makeup on myself, I obviously studied so many photos of him. You may not notice as you watch these movies, but his makeup does change like in certain ways. Like sometimes the bottom, if you notice, like the bottom of one eye is pink. The bottom of the other eye is red.
Oh, I do. I thought that was a lighting thing because it looks brighter on the left side.
Yeah. Wow. And it'll flip-flop. And then the top is all that kind of periwinkle blue. But then there's times in the movie, based on his mood, it will literally, they'll all almost in a weird funhousey kind of way, flip-flop. The pink will be on top. The red will be... It's wild. And all of his nose contouring and the chiseling of his face is done with like blush tones, like pinks. And it's not grays. Like if you see the side of his nose, it's like
all pink. Yeah.
So it was just so cool to recreate this and almost get to like dissect what they did, because I think if you're gonna remake a movie, in my opinion, we were just talking about this, Maleficent. Angelina Jolie in this movie was so goddamn good. And I prefer the Disney live action remakes that are almost new takes. I don't want like a shot-for-shot remake of The Lion King, which also, The Lion King isn't live action because it was all CGI. So you basically just made like a CGI version of The Lion King, shot for shot. I've seen it. I like expansions of an original story.
Yeah.
So it's
more
like,
in-depth explanations on the backstory of a character.
Give me even The Little Mermaid.
Like the Cruella.
That movie ate. You talk about makeup and everything from that movie.
That almost made it to this list.
Oh, girl. That movie was so
I know. It almost
good.
made it to the list, but I was like, okay, we're going to pick some other looks.
And same with Maleficent.
Great makeup.
And I'm sure I want to watch. I haven't seen The Little Mermaid yet because Halle Bailey sounds incredible and I just want to listen to her sing. But give me a backstory on Ursula. Give me and that's what Maleficent was. And this was such a different take where I think it gives you so much carte blanche to reimagine the characters in a way where it's not lather, rinse, repeat. It's like I get to redo the makeup. What does this person look like? The Red Queen in that, Helena Bonham Carter, who I thought was Tim Curry on your shirt in another episode. Yes. Even the White Anne Hathaway. Just so many details that were so breathtaking.
Absolutely.
Yes. This is
stunning.
This is a great example of simple but effective, especially with the hair, everything about it.
I can only imagine. I mean, I'm sure this makeup took hours to do too, because it's very intricate and you gotta get it going. Okay, so perfect segue.
Shut up. Yes.
So,
girl, whoever did those goddamn brows.
And the blue shadow, the heart lip. Oh my
God, yes.
I mean,
amazing.
Really just iconic. I was so blown away by all these makeup looks in this movie were just absolutely incredible.
Yes. And the heart lips, it's funny. What I love about it is obviously that seems like a simple take, but to do the black on the way they just did the black almost clearly on the inside of the lips to have that downturned Winifred Sanderson, but to draw on the frown always in that way is so, again, these looks in this movie were so simple, if you will, but killed it.
I can't imagine someone else having this makeup on and pulling it off the way she did.
No.
Isn't that? It's just something else.
Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp together are just on a different level. Yeah.
Love this. Okay, next up, we have a familiar face here.
Wow, you really picked this.
Yeah.
And you picked this before I told you what I was doing.
Yeah. So I picked this is Angelina Jolie. I mean, hello.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you girl.
I was saying to you while we were filming the Get Ready With Me, because you've never seen this.
No.
Girl. Angelina Jolie eats in this movie. My mom and I are obsessed with these movies. We saw both of them in theaters together. So first of all, Angelina Jolie is somebody I admire so much as an actress in the sense that I feel like they come out of hiding once every 10 years, do a movie.
And kill it.
And then leave. She's the Adele of actors. I mean, Girl Interrupted. Have you ever seen that with Winona Ryder? That's what she won her Oscar for. She was sick in that movie. But in this movie, what I love to, again, reimagining of originals. Did you ever see the original animated Sleeping Beauty?
No.
Okay, so the voice of Maleficent in the animated one was so iconic. It was very deep and it had certain inflections and the whole nine. And the way Angelina Jolie did this regal, amazing, powerful take on the character. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Sleeping Beauty came out the end of the 50s, early 60s, paid homage to the original animated actress. Everything had the same inflection and the power she has in this movie. It's the first movie that in the beginning, you're obviously introduced to her the way you knew her in Sleeping Beauty, which was as the villain. And then you start to get her backstory. But before you even get her backstory, the way Angelina Jolie's playing this, you're just I'm rooting for you. I don't care who it is.
Isn't that crazy, though? You said before, too, if you're going to redo something, give it, a little bit more like The Lion King. It's give me something a little bit different. But I almost like when there's callbacks where you're giving more depth to a character like this and how she did. And it's where you're rooting for her.
Yes.
But I love that there's still callbacks where it feels familiar, yet I'm getting more information.
Maybe this is more of an acting thing too, and that's why to me, an actor who has the ability to play a villain like Heath Ledger, like her, where when you're introduced to them, they're mean. They're mean. They're weird. They're weird and mean and whatever.
Dips.
Yeah. And they're doing bad things, whatever. But as an actor, to me, and as someone who acts and is obsessed with acting, they have the ability to immediately translate, I'm doing this for a reason. I'm doing this because I was wronged. I'm in so much pain. Not just mean for the sake of being mean. And I hate that. Yeah. I hate that acting portrayal where it's just I'm a bitch because I love being a bitch. I don't enjoy that. Where something like this and her performance, Heath Ledger, from the gate, you're oh, like who hurt you? And I can't wait to find out. And also from the makeup standpoint of this goddamn movie, to almost play on her natural bone structure, because let's be honest, this is, Angelina Jolie is, Angelina Jolie. But to have that, to go up into the horns, those pointed cheekbones. I remember when the movie poster came out, I was like, it took my breath away. The simplicity of it was so hit the nail on the head. Yeah,
I think this makeup is so, again, like you're saying too, it's really just her bone structure with prosthetic cheeks, and everything else is her.
I know.
So everything else is all her. So I do love that it feels like it's not overdone on her, because if it was almost too like,
yes,
like The Nun almost, if we added too much, it would have been like, okay, this is movie makeup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Yes, it has more power.
Yes, absolutely. So this is
exquisite.
Iconic. And this is what we were talking about too. If you've watched the Get Ready With Me on Johnny's channel, where her makeup in the promo looks so white and ghostly and very like, it's very like jarring to look at, where everything pops on her, especially with the red lip and everything, the whole costume, where in the movie she was more
skin
pale.
tone.
It's more pale skin tone. It's not as
it's not white. We have to watch this movie.
Yeah, definitely. Next up, we have Johnny Depp as Edward Scissorhands.
Okay. Who, Val Garland or V. Neal? V. Neal
did this, I believe.
V. Neal did this makeup.
Yes.
V. Neal, because I know she worked with Tim Burton a lot in the beginning.
Yes.
I did this look years ago too, like on my Instagram. Oh my God, don't even go back that far.
How we were talking about in the Kevin Aquan episode.
Kevin, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I was just going to say the Kate Moss photo of the black smoke out. That's the first thing that popped in my goddamn head.
Because when I saw this, there was a black and white photo, because this makeup was intended for black and white and color photography.
Absolutely. And it's the sadness of bringing those brows in. It adds an immediate, because you have to realize, like, think about someone that's evil. Their brows are, I can't move my forehead in this headpiece, but their brows are coming down like this, where when they're coming up like that, it's someone who's, think about when someone's crying, their brows are going up like that. So it's almost permanently locking this face of just sadness and despair and heartbreak, and it's just crazy how much goes into film, especially something like this or a Halloween or a horror film. So the makeup and hair is so important.
And the reason why I this movie was so impactful, and I find this to be a very comfort movie to watch in a way, because if you notice, the makeup always looks sad. He's looking for his purpose and his place in the world.
Yes.
Which is like tugging at my heartstrings.
I know.
But the whole movie, he does not raise his voice. He never yells. He never screams. No matter what happens to him, he's always in this permanent state of like, oh gosh, what did I do? What did I do?
Yeah.
And even if he's angry about something, it comes across as like him getting frustrated, but it always reads the same. He's always concerned, whether it's a happy moment, a sad moment. Everyone's praising him and he's always looking sad.
Yeah.
And that's where this tone of the whole movie, and even like the rest of the makeup being very washed out and almost gray and pale, and these tones. And I think there's something so
very noir.
Yes. Talk about when like just the makeup meeting the level of the acting. It's just, it paired so well together.
And I always used to think in this movie too, because it was like in a way, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't seen this in forever, all the scars all over his face were really never, did we get a backstory on that? Or
it was him with his scissor hands cutting.
Yes. Did we see that happen though?
He did it. I think he did it to himself once, and then the mom who was selling Avon was like, she was trying to help, like, and she was like, okay, well maybe we can cover it up.
Yeah.
I forget her name. She was in Birdcage too.
Oh gosh.
She was the conservative mom in Birdcage, and I forget her name.
To have all of the scars, to have the thought process at the makeup meeting where you were like, he was a young kid at one point, a baby, whatever.
Yeah.
And the learning process of dealing with this has done all of this.
And you could see some of them are more fresh. Some of them are deeper scars, and some of them are still healing over.
Yes.
So you could tell this has been a lifelong journey of trying to get to know yourself.
Yeah. Yes.
The whole message of the movie too, I was just like, even towards the end, it's like you try and fit in so bad, but like, you know, even how the greatest people will sometimes fall. so fast. And it's just,
Absolutely.
oh my gosh, it is such a powerful movie with such powerful makeup. This was always one of the most iconic things for me. I just love the emotion behind this makeup. It is so incredible.
Oh my God, it really is beautiful. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I can't believe Johnny Depp's never won an Oscar.
It's
Talk about the makeup too in Sweeney Todd.
That again almost made the list, but I was picking, since there was 2 Johnny Depp looks already. I was like, okay, is this going to be a Johnny Depp podcast?
yeah. No, this was great.
This is some, and again, not a horror movie or Halloween. But I watch this in times of Halloween because it's like that.
I always think I'm like, if ABC Family would show it, it's a Halloween movie.
It's a Halloween movie.
Which ABC Family doesn't even, I'm showing my age because it doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, Freeform.
Freeform, yeah. Oh, God.
Next up, we have Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, the adaptation.
The remake.
Remake.
Wow.
So Bill Skarsgård, and what he brought to the table, there was a lot of physical things that he would...
Did you ever see his audition tape?
Yes.
Girl, he knew the assignment from day one.
And he could do the thing with his eyes where they went, like, he could go a little cross-eyed.
Yes.
And he did that with his eyes, and then he could drool because of the teeth in his mouth. Because the prosthetic teeth, he's like, guys, I'm like drooling. And they were like, we're actually okay with it.
Yeah.
And he was like, so then he was like pushing the drool out of his mouth, like when he was like salivating, talking in the beginning. I was like sick. And I mean, the laugh he came up with, and they were like, can you come up with a laugh? And he did it on command. Haunting.
I know.
Talk about, and the makeup though was so cool because what I love about this, are you ready for this shit? Do you know where the inspiration for this makeup came from?
No.
A cheetah. Because it has the 2 black lines going almost to the eye.
Wow.
So think of like a predator.
Predatory. I was just like going to say that.
Yeah, yes. And it's like finding its prey, and it has like the cheetah, and they would have
and he did always have that like looking down, like I'm coming at, like ready to pounce, but he never moved, which was so scary.
And then when he did move, it was at 80 miles per hour.
Girl, nothing scares me more in a horror movie.
It's still, and then it's
The Grudge. I never even
coming down the stairs.
The amount of nightmares I've had in my life of me sitting at the bottom of a staircase on like the landing, looking up, and someone grudge crawling down the stairs. If I had a penny for every time I had a nightmare.
You never saw it?
No.
She was they locked the girl in the closet, and through the attic, there was an attic thing, and the woman comes down like and looks at her. The voice was like that guttural,
grumbly.
I was like,
no.
And you would hear it, and you would just see her like looking at her, and it would like, nope. And then going backwards out. Mary!
I know.
I'm not going, if I'm going backwards down the stairs, it better be of a good reason.
Why would that be a sex thing?
I don't know. Why can't it be? Whatever. Let me live.
Let me live. Let me die. This is great. I wonder, that's what I mean. And it's almost so crazy because it's like that photo, that second photo where
of him getting into it.
It looks like plastery or whatever. Like I'm like, did they do that every goddamn day?
Yes. And the cool thing about this, for the symmetry of the lines going up his face, they had a plastic almost, you remember hairspray shields? Like how you would put it up?
If I had a nickel every time I saw that infomercial.
Oh my God.
The hair shield. Yeah.
They put up a plastic basic molding of his face with the lines, and they would spray the red lines.
The red, love that.
Which it was so cool because then it was always symmetrical, and then we'd paint the lips on and just match it up.
And even to do the brows as like indentations. Cheers.
But yeah, this makeup, it will always scar me because, did you see this?
Yeah. Yes, both.
Oh my God. The beginning of the second one with the hate crime. I literally almost walked out.
I don't remember.
I'm not exaggerating when the gay couple was beaten up.
Oh, okay. I think I remember.
Girl, I almost walked out. I'm not joking. I got so uncomfortable. I was like, I really don't like this.
I know.
It was horrible. But in the first one, when he's talking to Georgie in like the iconic sewer scene, and his eyes were, when he pops up, they were yellow, and as he gets closer to the light, they turn blue again.
I know.
And then as he's like getting ready to kill him, his eyes go yellow again. And I'm like,
I know.
If you ever.
Yeah. Yeah, he was petrifying.
This was, and even there was like the behind the scenes of them talking about like seeing this face get so up close to you and like he gets so into it.
I know. He was this petrifying actor. Yes, he was so good at this.
And seeing this makeup come at me, I'd be like, I'm going to, do you mind if I just shit my pants?
I wear depends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diaper.
Like, I need diaper change.
Diaper change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. All right, girl, we're in our last 2 looks here.
Oh my God.
Now, I just want to preface these last 2 looks.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So this next one is not a horror movie. It is not a Halloween movie.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with Halloween.
Okay.
But it's ooky spooky scary.
Okay.
Dustin Hoffman in Tootsie.
I'm gonna kill you. Oh my God. I cannot believe you picked this. They really put Clinique Black Honey on him, a little mascara, and said, you're good to go. They really didn't even try to make him feminine.
Can I tell you why I picked this?
Yes.
I was Googling, and because I wanted inspo for this, I had Googled best movie makeup transformations.
This came up
as makeup transformations.
If you told me he was literally just wearing mascara and lipstick and then just the costume, that's it.
I'm sorry. It's just registering right now what you had said. Did you say this was Clinique Black Honey?
Look at that lip. If that isn't almost lipstick, I don't know what is.
I'm getting unreasonably angry.
Yeah.
Because it probably is. I don't want to yell. Because it registered what you said very late. And it is. And
that was so anticlimactic. Yeah.
I'm getting angry.
That is Clinique Black Honey and some mascara on a man's face.
Girl,
we said that when we were watching Miss Doubtfire recently. What I loved was the commitment to the transformation. They made him look like a woman, like an old woman.
Yeah. If you told me that was Robin Williams, I'd be like, where? Because it was full bodysuit. And you saw him. The bodysuit was real.
Yes.
And I love that they incorporated that. It was very like, you always see him getting in and out of it, and he's transforming in front of our faces.
Yes.
And it was very much like almost like a behind the scenes look into what he had to do. And I love that they went there with it, where this
is girl, let me copy your homework and do the bare minimum. No.
It is boo-boo, honey.
Girl, yeah.
And I might have saved the best for last.
Oh God.
I just might have.
I'm not ready. Thank you. Oh my God. Go to hell. My staff is mad. I am not on my watch. Girl, if I need
You're timeless to me. Tracy, what's wrong, Tracy?
You want to show me something? Show me that. You know what, though?
And this photo
of him, not even Edna. I'm more afraid of him than I am Edna Turnblad in this photo. I'd rather meet Edna than John. He's gotten a lot of work done, and he's starting to look a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's starting to look a little tugged.
Yeah. Not tugged, girl. Ew, the word tugged.
Yeah, tug. What a weird word.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to tug it? Look at us right now saying this. You want to tug it? Look at me.
Which meat do you want? I got prime rib on my head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what it was about this? It's not that they didn't do a good job at like transforming him, but he just looked a little too stung by a bee. Like a little too bloated. And I'm not talking about weight. I'm talking about the actual prosthetics in the face. It looked swollen.
It was unbelievable.
It was unrealistic.
I don't know. And there's something about it too that's very like, what's his name in The Whale?
What's Brendan Fraser?
Yeah. Oh, girl, it's that.
Did you watch The Whale?
No.
He won an Oscar.
Well, Oscar rating.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
The gay fat man that's being bullied by his daughter. That's just another Tuesday. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This, I mean, I had to include this as one of my, makeup transformations for Halloween because it's so spooky.
It's so different because that's obviously not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just similar enough. Like, it looks like him in a way.
It looks like John Travolta.
Like, yes, it looks like him too much. I know it's John Travolta doing that, and it's not okay with me.
I want to see Christopher Walken's behind the scenes face that he doesn't know somebody's recording, and John Travolta walks up to him and he goes, What?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I gotta kiss that. Yeah, I can't do a Christopher Walken.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
And then he's asking for $50,000 more per minute.
100%. Yeah, I didn't know I was gonna have to do it with this. Yeah. I better get a raise.
Oh my gosh,
totally.
I cannot.
Jarring,
scary.
Air. There was air shooting out of it. It's like
wet. Oh my god.
Girl.
Dripping.
Girl, it is literally like wearing a latex leather pants.
Can you feel how wet it is in there?
I took this off when I took my contacts out because I needed to fix one of the styrofoam thingies so I don't have a flaccid horn. Nobody wants a flaccid horn. And girl, if I flip this upside down, it'd be a bucket of water.
It looks so uncomfortable.
Girl, it's not that uncomfortable, believe it or not. The only reason it was uncomfortable was because one of the styrofoam horns was too low and was poking into my head. But it's not that bad.
Girl, that shit looks tight. Do you have any hair left or did it just snatch you?
What if I took this off and I was fucking completely bald?
No, Cynthia, 3 hairs on the top of your head.
I say that all the time too. My hair is my personality, so I don't know if my hairline starts to go, I will get hair plugs. You want to get fucking pumped?
You want to get pumped?
Without a doubt. What's your favorite part about Halloween? You know what it is? I'm going to answer it. I always
shut the fuck up. You're Tyra Banks.
No, I say it all the time. One of my biggest pet peeves on podcasts is when the host has a guest on and they ask a question and then they answer it before they let the guest answer it. They'll be like, what do you do for fun when you're just off on the thing? Because I love doing yada yada. No, girl, you just let them answer and then talk about yourself. But you don't really matter anymore.
No.
Yeah, you're not a guest.
No,
here.
I'm not a guest.
You're an employee.
I'm an employee of Beautiful and Bothered LLC.
Girl, you almost drove 5 hours this morning to buy me contacts. So
I would have.
I know, you're the real one. And
I really would have too.
To further explain my point, I was going to say, I always feel whenever summer comes, I'm so happy. Because I'm oh my God, maybe my depression will lift. Just a little.
And it doesn't.
No, I can't explain it. It's something about when the fall comes, end of September, October.
You start to smell it in the air, girl.
Oh, girl. There is nothing more than when someone's smells like fall.
There's a smell.
I fully believe it. There is that first night you smell fall, the same when you smell winter. You smell snow in the air.
I hate that.
I agree with you. I love that feeling, and then I'm fuck. Because we're in for it
because it feels like...
Especially in New Jersey.
It feels like an impending doom. I can't with snow because it's so... It's
miserable.
It is so horrible because it ruins so much for me where it's my commute...
Everything.
Anywhere, going anywhere
Girl,
with snow.
I hate it.
And the act of shoveling, the physical labor that goes into it. It was last year, we barely had any snow.
Thank God. Global warming.
It might have been one time that it snowed. And I was oh, jeez.
I know. Yeah. Now we're inconvenienced.
And it was that type of snow that wasn't light. It was heavy.
Oh, girl.
Because I think it started to rain and then it started to freeze.
Yes.
Oh my God, that light is swinging behind
my horn hit it?
Yeah.
Oh. Spooky. Halloween episode. That's for the promo.
Yeah. Oh my God. What was I saying? The snow. I literally was shoveling and I felt like my back was about to give out.
You want a fun fact? Is the wood shaking? Oh God, the set's gonna collapse behind me. Fun fact. Oh God, that laugh hurt I have a cramp.
Is that blood I taste?
You are not going to do that casually.
Oh God, why do I taste blood?
Open your mouth. Just semen. Yeah, he always remembers better than me, but it was our third, look at this. My hairy leg is out.
Guys, please ignore if I'm showing too much skin in this episode. This dress is so short.
I was editing a couple episodes ago, and I have to stop wearing those thotty booty shorts because my boxers were out the whole episode lower than the shorts. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, it's really hot in here. You got to bear with us.
And in this wig... Mama, right now, and these chokers on. I said, can they get tighter?
I know. Can they get any tighter?
I have too much.
I don't think I could get any tighter.
I can't either.
Oh my God.
I do my exercise.
I'd get arrested for murder because when people would me, I'd snap the
Oh my God. Attempted murder.
Because like...
Put that on a t-shirt.
Totally. Absolutely. Yeah. Trademark.
Love that. Don't come for me.
I think it was like our second or third date. Casey and I went to a Broadway show. 2 days before that, I was watching Get Out and the power went out in our house, snow, and I had to shovel the driveway. And upon shoveling it, the next 2 days, my back went out. And I literally couldn't walk for 2 days. And then on our date, I didn't want to cancel. So we went to the Broadway show and I literally, I sat in the theater and I had to like sit on him like this the whole time because my back was spasming from shoveling the snow.
Oh my God. And I remember you said that you were doing the dishes at the sink and then it went out and you got carried to the couch and then you still went on the date.
Yes.
Where you told this story?
I don't know. I didn't even know I told you this.
Yes. Yeah. And I swear... Oh my gosh, you were literally doing dishes and you had to get carried to the couch and you still went on the date. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is not homophobia and that is commitment.
100%. A, because I knew Casey was something special and I didn't want to cancel the date. And B, because it was one of the last performances of Miss Saigon on Broadway and I didn't want to miss it. So it was...
So what was it really?
Yeah. Yeah, to be determined. No one will ever know. Halloween.
Ooh,
ooh spooky.
What's spooky is that lipstick.
Girl, at this point... It's blood. That's what I'm going to say. It's blood.
Okay,
on my teeth. I don't know what's going on because I put a lot on. I really layered it.
That's wrong, though, that it's transferring that
I know.
much.
I'm not happy about that.
And it keeps happening.
I know. And I did the like dick thing. You know, I did the to take it off. Yeah. And there's nothing coming out, so I don't know where the lipstick is. It's so beautiful, though.
Oh, so what was your favorite thing about Halloween again?
Yeah. Oh, girl, I was saying I love summer, but then when fall comes, there's just something about autumn decorations and the feel. And you know what it is? It almost brings back, and I don't know if you guys can relate to this, it brings back a childhood thing because there was something about fall, as scarring as school was, and the word back to school.
It still bothers me.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, not the Benz. Yeah, not the plastic Amazon.
Looks like you need another blue pill.
Yeah. Oh, my God. There was something exciting about that time of the year where you were like seeing your friends again, whatever, but then the Halloween of it all. I don't know. It's the most magical time of the year to me.
Halloween was always my favorite holiday. It was better than my birthday or Christmas.
And maybe as an adult, too, I'm more excited about like Halloween movies than Christmas movies.
I don't want those Hallmark boo-boo. Lindsay Lohan, I hit my head on the ski slope and now I'm falling in love with you all over again and falling in love with someone else. Realizing you're an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what also? I think my sister said this to me once and we cracked up because it's so true. I also love Thanksgiving. Because I love eating. I love food.
Yeah.
And I always say it's Christmas without the stress.
Yes.
It's Christmas without the rigmarole and the obligation and the whatever.
Yeah. Can we just like...
Yes.
Together,
so
please?
I think it's almost funny because it's like, I don't even know if kids trick or treat anymore the way we used to trick or treat because it's like trunk or treating, whatever that is.
It's so sad.
Girl, my parents, like, obviously when we were younger, they would take us around, whatever. But then I would say like 6th grade, we were out on our own and we were walking all over the town until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, like just go until people stopped doing candy. Like it was just a free for all because there wasn't that vibe anymore. That there is now.
There was something so cool about getting together with like all my friends at somebody's house, and like my cousin and I were really close growing up too, and like we still are, and I love her, and we would always go with like trick-or-treating with each other sometimes, and then it was like something about getting your group together and like doing that, going back and then just like hanging out, and it was so fun. And now it's like you're taking that experience away.
I know.
And I think that's why it's so fun, because I always love dressing up, and I think at first being, you know, a gay kid,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like getting out of
one day of the year we got to express ourselves.
Yeah, like being whoever I wanted to be. And now in my adult life, I'm like, yeah, I get to do this whenever I want. And it doesn't have to be Halloween that I get to do this. And now Halloween's more of a reason to go balls to the wall and have so much fun. And everyone else is doing it too, having a great time. Yes. It's so much fun.
Yeah. I made a career out of Halloween. I do it every day.
You do look spooky.
All the time.
All the time.
Nowadays, it's like if I do Halloween, I do nothing or I'm going to be...
everything.
Oh, girl. 9 hours of like prosthetics, adding it on. Because there was something about that feeling in autumn where as an adult, I think you start to appreciate Halloween and Thanksgiving more because it's not the whole... Christmas is great when you're not the one buying the gifts. You know what I mean?
Well, and also too, it's like we have to step away from like the gifts being the focus of a holiday, any holiday, not just Christmas. And I even think like, even like my birthday and stuff, when I tell people, I'm like, just be around me. I want the love and like family and friends around.
Fuck, I was trying to keep it. God damn it, I was trying to hold the thing and I wanted to be like, it's about Jesus. Yeah. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't hold it. Keep Christ in Christmas.
Oh my God.
That saying, which whatever, for religious people, I get it, girl.
But like, honestly, Christmas and any other holiday with like,
girl,
it's all about.
It's all fucking make-believe.
Yeah.
We're dressed, like, it's all make-believe. We're all going to die and whatever. We're all
but
dying.
Like, just
it doesn't
be with
matter.
each other
Calm
on
down.
holidays.
I
like,
agree with
stop.
you. The best thing my sisters and I, my family started doing a couple of years ago was like, we started to say like, no gifts. Like, let's do no gifts. And it's amazing because then I feel like we can go balls to the wall with like the food and like focus on what do we get, the games and the things we're doing. It's just
have
like
fun
better.
With it. Have a tradition, like have a family tradition. And that's why I think I love and always gravitated towards Halloween because it was a tradition that required only my interests of being like, how creative can I be?
100%.
And
everybody's
everyone else.
creativity. Yes,
yeah. And that's why I always loved it because it wasn't about these like
capitalism.
Yeah. Like it was just like, do what you want and have fun. And, like the spooky and everyone.
What you want, my body.
I hope it's the Christina Aguilera version.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because who else?
Totally.
But yeah.
I know.
God, I love it. I love Halloween.
Love Halloween.
Oh.
Halloween. Ooh. Not that face on the outro. Not you looking miserable.
I feel like I look like a boot.
You look great.
Do I?
Yeah. You're not oily and your makeup still looks great. I am the one that actively decays as the episode goes on, let alone I feel like this is probably the least shiny I've ever been because I drag powdered.
You took that powder puff and you powdered yourself.
Girl.
Within an inch of your life.
I guess that's what I have to do from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Pack on the powder.
So this was an exhausting day, but I almost don't want this to be over. What a special episode.
I might keep this on and drive home. I can't.
And get pulled over.
And I'm going to be like,
officer,
I'm going to be like, officer, license registration. I just have all this meat.
I just have this meat here. I need someone to cook for me.
Yeah, and as you can see up my thigh.
I think I said this already, but you fucking showing up at my house yesterday saying I was trying to find my fishnets. And then this one was worried that the fishnets he had to buy at Spirit Halloween, the holes weren't big enough. You're like, oh, is this too conservative? Am I going to look like a nun?
Yeah, wearing fishnets.
Yes. He thought he was too conservative in these fishnets.
I thought the holes weren't going to be big enough.
First of all, bitch, we can't see ourselves on that viewfinder, but you better raise your foot high enough that people see these meat shoes.
Oh yeah. Let me not flash everybody.
Yeah. I almost
Yeah.
Look at these meat shoes, guys.
Yes.
Jeff, you snapped.
Yeah, Jeff. So yes, for those of you
Special shout out to Jeff.
Go watch or Get Ready With Me. But Jeff made this costume for me. Great friends. I mean, my God, he's so creative. Made the shoes. I bought wedges and covered them. He made the twine look like it was wrapped around her shoes. This is a shower curtain, guys. This is a shower curtain.
Who buys a meat shower curtain? Who was buying a meat
shower curtain to have raw meat hanging? But he so intricate. Everything.
So good. My God. Guys, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I love Halloween.
Welcome back to Disney Channel.
Welcome back to Disney Channel. I'm Lizzie McGuire.
I want that thing to snap off.
Snap off and slap. Yeah. It's screwed on.
Oh, it's screwed?
Twist. Yeah, like you. Yeah, twist.
What do you mean I'm screwed?
Yeah. Oh, God, these fucking feathers the whole episode.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're tired. I'm Lizzie McGuire, and thank you for watching Beautiful and Bothered. Have a very happy Halloween. Be safe this Halloween, and go balls to the wall. Even if it's last minute, girl, this whole thing is off Amazon. Just have fun this Halloween, this holiday season. You better believe we're doing Thanksgiving and Christmas episodes. Full blown. I'm getting a turkey outfit.
I'm showing up on Easter as the bunny, bitch.
Totally.
I'm going to show up as a chocolate bunny.
Would you guys be insulted if I dressed as Jesus, like full blown.
I'm gonna show up as an Easter egg.
Easter bunny and Jesus. Let's feel it out. Let us know in the comments, but don't get mad at us.
Bunny suit in here. I think I would pass out.
No, by then we'll be in the new house, Central Air.
Central Air.
Oh my
God, I love that.
Oh my God, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review if you can, because believe it or not, a 5-star review for some reason is the reason Spotify and Apple Podcasts push things. If you want your video episode one day early, make sure to subscribe on the official YouTube channel. And wherever you are, we hope you are happy, safe, and healthy. And remember,
you are beautiful.
You have a visitor? Who? Oh my God! Is that Mario?
Work, bitch!
Wait, guys, we are actively recording right now. No, you're coming in here. Pull that chair. Our editor just showed up at my apartment.
Move.
As we're in Halloween.
Hi. Oh my God! Hi.
We're actively recording.
I know. I heard. What's up?
What's up?
God.
Say hi to the people.
What's up, peeps? Where's the? Oh, there it is.
There it is, guys. This is our straight editor Mario, who has to listen to us. I mean, look what he walked in on. First of all,
I know. Of
this
all
poor man,
episodes that he shows up on,
this poor man has to listen to you and I talking about getting railed every episode, and this is an ally. Yeah.
God.
Like, okay.
Do I keep all this in or do you want this out?
My favorite is when he'll text me sometimes and be like, you want me to cut that? Yeah.
You're going to be canceled if you don't. So
absolutely. Oh my God. Well, our editor, you want to say bye to the people on our outro?
You are beautiful.
Oh, look at this one.
It.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.